Those will fit any place that you can fit 3 columns. What do we even call ID carriers? It's been so long since we made these. Typhon, Toxic, Typhon Red ID carriers. Standard Typhon ID carriers. A few of the belts that got made today. Stand-up pouches, multicam black red. Rallymans, Pals Rallyman no pistol. Belt attach Rallyman with pistol. More 1 quarts Woodland. More H suspenders Woodland. Mini kits in red, mini kits in Alpine orange thread. Those will go up on the quick ship site. Typhon pink, some of those will go on the quick ship site. More belts down here, more belts up here. OD black mini kits also. On the floor, looks like they've mostly cleared the floor. That was a lot of that stuff came up at the end of the day. More day pack side pouches, Woodland mini kits, Alpine black mini kits, Typhon cat day bags. If there's a piece of equipment you want to see, something you want to discuss tonight, just type it out. We can talk about pretty much whatever. I have not been on social media hardly at all. I am not aware of current events for today. I do know about the van that tried to ram the Coast Guard base in Alameda, California. So much so, about 15 agents, MPs, military personnel shot and I believe killed the passenger and the driver. If you haven't seen that, it's pretty wild. There is very clear footage of that. Ready for the rain. Yeah, we're supposed to have rain the entirety of next week. All of it. I think this weekend some as well. Crossbones, how are you, buddy? James Kroll, JR, William Penny, what's up, buddy? James Young, how are you, man? What's going on this weekend? Tons of belts, lots of belts. Zio, what's up? Do you have your order yet, or maybe you'll get it this weekend? Brian Robinson, Benjamin Brewer, getting ready for a little weather overnight, Northeast Texas. Yeah, we're supposed to have some rain coming too. Y'all ever gonna run some of the 3-in-1 pouches? I don't know what that means. Do you mean the Velcro adjustable pouches? The smoke frag adjustment pouches? Hamster, what's up? Do you have one Arid composition book cover? I don't know. If you order it and they don't have it, it'll be made next week though. Easy K, what's up? And if you're ordering using the code, it's not going to matter anyways because we don't have the mini kit bags. We got to build them. This is a mess up here. Somebody's rat fucked through here. Probably me. I do have Arid. I've got Arid, Highlander orange, multicam black red, TIFF blue, which won't happen anymore. You should probably get a TIFF blue one if you like TIFF blue. Multicam black. Palmetto, what's up? JR3. Yeah, rain will for sure help cover crop. Order slated to deliver. Ah, that sucks. It was 2 shot. Both survived. One was a bystander who caught a stray. Driver took one through the back into the stomach. Got it. Do we know what the driver looked like? Do we know the motive? What were they doing there? Was it a protester on the ground, or did they just drive up there specifically for that? Were they a member of the group protesting? Because they were setting up an ICE facility there. Alameda. Man, not long ago, that would have never fucking happened. That's where the Marines deployed from, right? Alameda, I'm pretty sure. The old blimp hangars, the blimp base, when they rolled up to quell and crush the riots in Los Angeles. So, just landed back home, passed my test at Port Comedy Club. Nice. Favorite chimney sweeper? What's up? I'm drooling. I'll be putting my order in very soon, Jungle Kit. What are you waiting for? We have we have the H suspender. We have the 1 quarts. I have Rallymans without pistols. I'm pretty sure we built like 100 with pistols this week. There's probably still some. I think we have Woodland butt packs. I know I have Woodland hydros. What's everybody doing this weekend? Anything good? We are going to pick up a spray rig and a bunch of paint. And I think we're starting the painting on the snake building. White male adult. They were wearing typical Antifa black bloc garb. He tried to back the U-Haul up at a rapid pace into the Coasties cops, and they dumped him. The U-Haul has been at the protest all day. It was one of the protester supply vans. Think he was fucking around? What's his statement? Does he say he was trying to kill them, or is he, you know, I'm innocent? I'm a good boy. Duck processing, nice. How many ducks you got to do? Processing ducks is a little more labor intensive than chickens. With the whole Glock debacle, what would you advise for a Glock still making subcompacts? What are you talking about? Buy a Glock. Glock. If we're talking about the Glock, and you want a subcompact, isn't some of those guns they're still making not compact but subcompact? Dude, you get a SIG 365. That's a small ass pistol. What's that fucking thing hold? 18 rounds with some other mags? 12 to 15. Not many. Tim is also coming to help. Digging furrows for 100 red onions, 50 white onions, 40 pink Italian garlic. That's nice, dude. How much area will that take? Like, how many rows, and how long are those rows? And are you digging that with like a spade on a, you know, I don't know what that called, that diamond thing, or are you just running that like with a, not a trencher, but a what's that fucking thing called? I have like 3 of those for my tractors. U-Haul drivers' excuse in court will be, I was just trying to turn around, becoming a more common Antifa tactic. Well, if you start fucking shooting them, they will stop fucking trying to turn around. China having a lot of military supplies being shipped into their capital on trains. Rumor was a coup attempt, but doesn't sound right to me. Coup attempt don't come on the backs of trains, in my opinion. Russia stopped buying oil. No, China stopped selling oil to Russia. Have you heard that? There's all kinds of crazy shit going on. Yeah, the 365 seems fucking awesome, right? Staccatos, there's some really nice fucking, once you shoot a staccato, you'll be ruined. You ever tried a 10-15 onion? I don't know if I have. What's that thing called? A tiller? The other word for it? Joshua, what's up? big reptile show tomorrow in Nashville, Reptiles and Exotics. 2 rows, 25 feet long, rototiller. That's what I'm looking for. It all rototilled it all last week, going to dig the irrigation ditches and use that dirt to build up the furrows. Nice. Are you going to hoop house those, or are you going to leave them just straight and let them cover with snow, or how does that work for you? Keith? Yeah, and India. But if they trade in yuan, can you really enforce? Yeah, exactly. But Russia sells oil. Oh, is the local shortage so bad? I don't know, buddy. I don't know. I do not know. You guys see that? It loses a lot of the color, I think. At least on my monitor, it loses a lot of color. Here's another pretty nice one. That gray thread, that's pretty unique. There's some weird color ones, like I wouldn't expect to see Typhon on a coyote base, but that's what that dude ordered. And then just normal belts. I cut a lot of extras. There will be plain black on black, no Velcro, going up on quick ship. You'll be soon able to get a low profile or EDC belt and some 1.5s, only in common sizes and only in black for now. And on quick ship there is no free shipping, but only inside the United States. We plant them and forget them. As long as they survive the first frost, they'll grow into huge onions and garlics. Never lost a crop. Good. That's awesome. Where are you located? Like what state? And with the bags of dirt, you avoid fertilizing. How wide do the stand-up pouches get? That's probably a little more than, if you look at the edge tape, which is the base, right? But that's just like a flange, kind of, right? So internal contents is probably 3 inches across, but where my hands are, the way the bag sits, it's probably closer to 6 inches, which is because of that base being edged like that. It sits very flat and fairly stable. So it's great for putting brass, tools, fasteners, anything you want in there. You could take several of these and put them in an ammo can. You could take several of them and carabiner them, snap link them together. And we have a lot of different colors of them. Is System of a Down still? Oh, I have no idea. I never really liked System of a Down. When I first heard them, like it was big, then, but I don't ever like pull up System of a Down and be like, oh, I want to listen to those guys. Central Cali, got it. Jordan, does that kind of answer the question? The fertile ground, Madeira, grows so much stuff. Are you picking up anything cool? There's a couple things I want. I'm not going intentionally to get things though. We're going to see a few people, shoot some video, and just kind of hang out with a few people. Did we lose connection? There's only 46 on here. That's odd for a Friday night. It doesn't matter that it's 11:30. When I do a later live on Friday or Saturday, it's usually the interactions and the numbers are way higher generally. Typhon perfect color for the girly thread. Yeah, it is. So is multicam black. Can Amanda print glow in the dark battery holders? Yeah. Yeah, which ones you want? Bob, what's up, man? Clever, how are you? Man, I've been fine all day, and now I'm all of a sudden like all gacked up. Maybe I'm allergic to these cats. Ground Fog, what's up? I'm drinking just aminos because it's cold water. Maybe that's why. Had a nice big fire, tacos for dinner. Had a ton of kids. Right on. Building looks good. Yeah, it's all it's ready to paint now. We're gonna get a spray rig, put the primer down, and then paint it up. Ground Fog, we're good, man. Smoke a cigarette, it'll clear you. Probably would, wouldn't it? Isn't that how that works?
Not you.
The cigarettes weren't the problem. It's the poisons that they put in the cigarettes that became the problem.
Well, I say that because you've never smoked.
No, that's correct. You better go do what you need to do.
I'm getting my printers running.
Noriko, how are you, man? Brandon. Have they finished putting up the ceiling? Yep, the building is done. Yeah, the building is done. Now all we got to do is paint it, put the sockets in place, and then we're ready to move everything in. I'm going to actually have them come and do the ceiling in Amanda's building and do the ceiling in the podcast room. ATF has entered the building. Pretty real investment into the buildings. It just needs to be done, man. I've got a lot, like I have a lot of expensive animals, and the garage, well, it would cost way too. It was cheaper to do the building than try to heat the garage, and moving the animals in there, it'll be way more stable. And I've got like 2 weeks probably before it really becomes an issue being too cold. Like those animals need to really stay about 80, 85 degrees. Keep talking about being congested. Amanda will come up with a wasabi staff. I would use it. I mean, I'd take it. Are you familiar with the new augmented reality eagle eye helmet? I've seen them. The fuck was that? It's something upstairs, but it sounded like a golf ball. Trying to heat the old warehouse. Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. And it's 14 feet, like 20 feet at the peak in there. So we're way undergunned on heat for that area. And that's where all those animals are. And then upstairs, we can heat the upstairs easily, but it cooks us in the apartment.
Yeah,
It's all on the same. So ideally we have, like, we want the apartment at like fucking 55, 60 degrees when we sleep. So it's just a constant fight. We did not build or when we designed the building and designed the air system, it was not meant to have 2 zones up there. It was not ever to be an apartment. We just made it that. Shipping confirmation, Brandon. Thanks for the order, dude. Looks like they'll make night vision obsolete, being built into ballistic helmets. Cats can always make you, yeah, no shit. Casper. Maybe it is Casper. With Halloween right around and with Halloween right around and silver at an all-time high, am I the only one worried about werewolf attacks? We just laugh at that because it's so dumb, Sky. Do you have any pouches that fit the 75 round AK drum? I cannot confirm. Yes, we do. I don't know which ones they are. I want to say the spent mag will hold a 75 round drum, but I don't have a 75 round drum to verify that. If Dean Conrad comes on here, he can tell you exactly what'll fit it. Good sign to order more SOE is when the shipping confirmation comes. Heard that Tulsi shut down an infant abduction ring. The media is also not reporting. They found like 64 missing kids in Memphis. The National Guard is in Memphis right now, has been for several weeks. You're not really hearing a lot about it. You're not hearing a lot of gnashing of teeth. You're not finding a lot of locals complaining about it on local news network. It's not being reported at all. It's been crashing though. What's the new building for? Guess I missed the snakes, man. Snakes. It's a 16 by 60 foot building, and it's just been all insulated. Glenn did all the wiring in it. It's been insulated, and now all the OSB paneling is up on the walls and the ceiling. Now we are ready to paint. Delayed hitting San Francisco. 3 orders this month. Have any of them shipped yet? Do you have tracking on anything? Sleeping with a little chill is a dream. Cold air is the best when I try. Yeah, because I like to be able to just regulate easily, right? So if the air is cold, we have flannel sheets, and then I have a blanket, and then I have a comforter. So I can easily just move 1 or 2 as I want to, and then when I get cold, I can just I just pull them, I just huddle up, and it works well. It was 30 degrees here last night. Being cold is easy. Yeah. But it was they said it was 40 this morning. It did not feel that cold, but we're getting there. Plans for the weekend: reptile show tomorrow, and then there's a Amazon return bin store that we're going to. Amanda heard you can get filament at those. Like a dude bought a shitload of filament, filled up a whole entire car full of it, bought them for like $3 a roll, where it's normally anywhere from $12, $15 a roll, depending on what you buy. Yeah, the play gets tiresome. Ignore the good things and amplify the bad. That's right. I think there's, yeah, and I mean, you would think in Memphis that the locals would be squealing from the rooftops about military, but what you're actually seeing is the locals are very pleased that this is happening. You've got one demographic, and there's usually young black males that are shooting each other and causing the majority of the crime. The older folks that are there, they are very pleased that there is, because they're not able to commit crimes, and there has been 0 shootings since they have been present. Navy aircraft carrier off the coast of Venezuela. Yes, there's an entire carrier group off the coast of Venezuela. There actually has been for quite some time. Might find so like I know they're reporting that today that this carrier is there, and maybe it's a second carrier. There's been a fucking carrier. That's where those F-16s are coming from. That's where it was that carrier group that shot at that fucking plane. You have richer sleep that way. We sleep in the 60s, and the dreams. Yeah, absolutely. I take chemicals too, so I do dream pretty well, especially when it's cold like that. and it's dark. It's super fucking black. There's no windows in there, and it's basically a room inside the building, so you don't hear any noise. Like you don't hear fucking chickens, you don't hear cars honking, you don't hear shit in that room up there in the bedroom. Hey, Dean Conrad, 75 round AK drum. What pouch do we have that will fit in? I want to say spent mag. Trump fucking with the cartels. Navy aircraft carrier off the coast of Venezuela. Can't read that. USS Gerald Ford Carrier Strike Group, which is currently deployed in the Mediterranean to the Caribbean. I got a thunderstorm video on YouTube I played. Yeah, I actually do that too. Or the jungle noises, or the campfire. There's some good ones. Do you think ICC will try and charge Trump with war crimes after he's out of office? What is ICC? Is that the International Court or whatever? Who fucking knows, man? Who knows? Trump better hope that his people are not out of office, because, like you saw what they did during Biden, it's going to be fucking greatly amplified next time. After watching the video with the 308 drums, I bet it'll fit in one. I think so too. Work buddy telling me today that his folks raised mice for wholesale snake food, 10,000 mice per week. Sounded far-fetched. Not at all, man. And 10,000 mice is not a lot for people that do big-scale rodent operations. 10,000 mice is not shit. Like 10,000 mice a day. Look up Rodent Pro. That's who we use. We breed rats. I hate fucking dealing with mice. We get mice from Rodent Pro. If a Democrat wins, yeah, they'll go after all of us. Like Trump ain't leaving office 2028. ICC is bullshit, like the World Health Organization. They have no authority. It's a clown show. I agree with that until somebody in power allows them to have authority. Executive interview preview on Sean Ryan. Man, that clip will sell Warfest. I guess I haven't watched it. Has the interview with Hexeth come out yet? Is the if the three-letter agency has an armed division, they have authority. Look at all those countries that said they will arrest Netanyahu if he steps foot in their country. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Just a preview, got it. Maybe we'll cut it and use it for a commercial. Sell some war vests. To comply, what is ICC? Like, what is that? International Court of... He'll enact the War Power... Are we talking about Trump? Enact the War Power Act? China invading. Well, that is the plan, right? And if China invades, you're going to see multiples, right? That's always been the brief. We can fight wars on 2 fronts. We can't fight wars on 3 fronts. The war games has always had us failing on a 3rd front. When will Americans wake up and realize nobody is going to help us? Yeah, we need to stop fucking worrying about shit around the world and fucking build infrastructure here. Look at all the problems we've had with the internet. My internet, anybody's internet been fucked up? International Criminal Court got it. Is that the Hague or whatever? Has your internet been, like, my fucking internet has been just fucked up. Ms. Raya Industries. Hey, what's up? I'm sure I'm slaying your name there. And it does seem, you know, for all the preppers and homesteaders and stuff, it does seem like there is it's been lax, right? There has been well, we don't have to worry about it anymore, right? It just seems like everybody's kind of like slowed down. They're just on vacation. Nope, got it. It's a Halo thing, got it. My mobile data is 50-50 right now. Yeah, my shit, it's just fucking garbage. And I've got 4 fucking networks, and I've got fucking 3 separate internets incoming to the building. You think we're in for a rude wake-up call? What do you think, Ken? Like, what's your opinion? Any thoughts on the ball? I don't give a fuck about the ballroom. I think it's fucking hilarious. Build the fucking ballroom. Obama built a fucking basketball court. I didn't fucking care about that either. You know it's not in the White House, right? You know it's not altering the historic building at all. It's in the fucking wing to the side. It's like actually 200 yards, I think, away from the actual White House. And I think it's probably, I think it's probably cover also. I think they're doing new tunneling or new bunkers or new command center. Like there's something more happening. That's always what it is. Every time they have built some major structure like that, it is always covered. Like, do you think that all that shit was for the Denver airport? Or do you think they built an entire fucking underground? You know, there's an entire interstate network that runs completely underground from fucking coast to coast. Like, you guys know that, right? They admit it. Like, there's video of it. There are cities underneath cities underneath cities. I mean, the White House has burnt down and been rebuilt how many times? Historic value of that building is gone with all the tech running through the walls. And I think that's probably something too, right, Dean? If he rips all of that out and they rebuild it, we know what's in the walls. Recover. The economy is weird. So much unrest in the U.S., so many terrorists in the country, too many shootings of Republicans. Something feels wrong. Yeah, well, I think that a lot of it, and how much of it's a false flag, right? How much of it's not actually crazy liberals, or they just wound them up, or drugged them up enough, or sat in enough of the meetings that they got them riled up so that they would actually act, right? But somebody wants that to happen. It's not just the useless eaters. It's not fucking crazy blue hairs and liberals that are actually doing it. Somebody is guiding them or, you know, steering them into this, if it is in fact even them. Coke stashes. Did you hear SNAP funding is out next week? Yeah, I keep hearing that. I think that's also part of the design. Just wait till they have to go work fucking 15 hours a week. Some of it's 15 hours a week, some of it's 20 hours a month. But do you think those motherfuckers have ever worked anywhere? Ever? Have you ever researched the Greenbrier Resort in West Virginia? Used to be U.S. Capitol. Yeah. I know all about it. There's a train that runs in there. Under the ballroom is the bunker. Some of those motherfuckers are getting $3,000 for food and $2,000 for cash. Yes, do you guys know that EBT, do you know that $40 billion of EBT goes to soda? It's $52 billion a year that they get given and spend on candy and soda. $52 billion a year. These people protesting how they get like posting how they get $4,000. Now, some of it, like the chick that keeps saying that, that's a spoof. And the dude who's like, I don't work, you guys work for me, that guy, that's a comedian. That's actually a skit. Daniel Defense is probably sweating less with these new shootings using relics. Candy and Hellcats, unbelievable. Yeah, it is unbelievable. The extremist left paramilitary groups are spooling up, but the three-letter agencies don't seem to care. It must be useful. I think that's the case. and embedded, right? How many members, if you break up a Antifa terrorist cell, right? And let's say there's 25, 30 people. How many of them actually are confidential informants or, in fact, federal agents? Look at when they tried to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer. There was 13 of them. 11 of them were on payroll. 11 of them were federal agents or law enforcement undercover. Think about that. 11 out of the 13. Blame other regular people and not the billionaires that have ran the country for decades. That's definitely a solution. Bean pie, I don't know what you're talking about, bud. Bros just spewing propaganda to distract you. Are you talking about me? Are you talking about me? We are on board with what you just said. Absolutely, it is the billionaires. Who were the 11 of 13? They're federal FBI agents. There was FBI agents. There was some kind of local level law enforcement. Just look it up. You'll find it. Who tried to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer? When it all went to court, 11 of the 13 were on fucking payroll for federal agencies. Antifa is literally a bunch of feds pretending to be gay. I think you got your useless eaters in there too. But you do have the same cell phones ping and the same people show up all around the world at those protests. Bean pie. I fucking straight asked you a question. Who are you talking about spewing propaganda? Well, poor people can be evil, but it's more that poor people are dumb. It's the collectivists, right? When you have some shit, you want to hold on to some shit. When everything is given to you, then of course you're going to vote to fucking continue that system. You're going to vote on that side. 3 of the FBI agents were fired after that for unrelated reasons. I just hopped on the SOE website. I'm still wearing the belt I ordered in 2017. Closing in on a decade. Doesn't show its age. Yeah, we've got dudes that are running fucking 20 and 30-year-old belts right now. Go to sleep already. This closet is getting cramped. Cheese, I don't know what you're talking about. You're banned. Bean pie, you're fucking banned too. I asked you a question, you didn't fucking answer, you're gone. You're lucky I can't shock the fuck out of you. Follow the money. Reason why the big cities is going to shit is to lower property value. Yeah, that's always what happens. Just like the riots, the George Floyd riots, right? Where they came through and they burned down all those fucking independent businesses and shit. Those were all black folks. And then they burned them down and they couldn't clean up the area, right? They had to file a permit. They had to file a permit to be able to start hauling off all the refuse and the scrap and everything. And they wouldn't issue the permit because during COVID, the business was shut down, so they couldn't pay the property taxes. So they default on all that property, and then they buy it for nothing. What do you got? Those are neat. Why do they rattle like that?
Because they're in my pockets.
Bring me the pussy punchers. I don't need all these, babe. They're fucking. This will do it. She's got like 20 of these fucking things. These little skulls are neat.
Because it's Day of the Dead next week.
I just read about the resort with the bunker and yeah, dude. There's all kinds of YouTube videos on it too. That underground facility is massive. I nerd out on continuity of government. Yeah, so it's not. Keep that in mind too. It's continuity of government, not continuity of you and me. Their plan is to let you die. Their plan, in many cases, to assist you in fucking dying. So these are new ones right here. These are new ones here. They're like black pink. These are
orange and green on the printers right now.
here. Yeah, I think you got enough of these until you sell out of these.
They're sold out.
They're sold out. I don't know who the fuck's buying all these things. Yeah, that's the dated bunker. Look up Mount Weather. Shit, there's another massive one too. There's a bunch of them in fucking Virginia. There's a really good book about continuity of government. I can't remember what it is. I actually have it. I'll try to find it. Didn't they burn down a black-owned bar? All that shit was black-owned. It was individual, fucking family-owned businesses. They burnt down that entire fucking street, man. Raven Rock, that's one of them. Remember, FEMA has nothing to do with helping citizens in a crisis. Yes, less than 10% of the funding actually goes to help anybody with FEMA. 90% of it goes to help FEMA. You know, FEMA has a standing army. Legitimately has helicopters, has fucking armored vehicles, has fucking all kinds of fucking guns and ammunition. Department of Education, think about that. The Department of Education has machine guns and fucking millions of rounds of ammunition. Department of Transportation, the Department of Transportation has a standing fucking army. Look that up. If this isn't on your radar, look into that shit. Did you get a chance to listen to The Goal? I listened to The Goal a long time ago when you sent it to me, I'm pretty sure. Since we talked about it the last time, since you're on covert operations, I have not listened to it since then. Yeah, how many rounds, how many guns did the IRS buy? FEMA also has specific interstate. They maintain the expedient runway in all 50 states. Yep. Don't forget the insanity of COVID. We got to peek forward in that. Yeah, they'll do it again. Trump still touts fucking, pushing the fucking vaccination through. So what might not be on your radar is bird flu. There is a new strain of bird flu, and it is killing thousands of vultures and waterfowl in Virginia. So much so they're saying don't bag them up, just report them when you see them. There's thousands of cases in Michigan. They are terminating and euthanizing backyard flocks of chicken. And this has showed up in other places. The conspiracy theory, the speculation is that these birds were captured in other countries and contaminated and then let go because it's migration time, so they're coming into the United States. Now, I believe it was CDC, I thought it was the CDC, who said they have a human vaccination already ready to roll out that's an NMRA, you know what I'm talking about. SNAP benefits going to go. I hope so. I cannot fucking wait, but they're not going to do that. I don't think you're going to see it happen. It's just a talking point. Now you have all the tribes right now saying they're not taking any government vaccinations. It is a mass genocide, is what they're saying, which is interesting that that's even being reported, right? Why are the tribes coming out right now saying we're not taking this thing? Is that because the government is in fact already rolled it out and trying to vaccinate the tribes? Which author is the audiobook The Goal, Bob? Yeah, how do they always have the cure before the problem? If you want a really cool download Nuclear War Scenario by Ann Jacobson. It's a good listen, 4 hours. Is it a fiction or is it like a storybook? FEMA also has another one to watch is Department of Interior and Forestry Services, damn near a standing. Yeah. And postmen are your eyes on the ground, right? The postmen are there to catalog. Don't trust Bill Gates. You know, Bill Gates is, there's a warrant for arrest for Bill Gates in Thailand, and I want to say India also, over the polio vaccinations. There was some high-ranking politician in, I'm pretty sure it was Thailand. They gave a bunch of vaccinations, and their daughter got super ill, and I believe died. My thoughts on revolver carry? If you want to carry a revolver, carry a revolver. I hope that the person and the people that I am going to be with when we need guns, I hope they're not carrying revolvers, at least not as their primary. But if you want to carry, by all means, carry a revolver. Ticks showing up. Well, they even said that the fucking ticks were released. Like, didn't RFK even say that? Like, alpha-gal, that was released. Lyme disease, fucking laboratory made. She got interviews with some of the highest levels of Stratcom. Oh, got it, okay. Do you have Typhon Velcro? No, you've never seen Typhon Velcro. It does not exist. And if anybody has ever seen Typhon Velcro, please send me a photo of it. There's never been any Typhon Velcro. Yeah, Plum Island, that's where a lot of that research came from. Ruston House, Virginia, right, when they were doing Ebola, they had a dude got infected and actually made it out through the airlocks, got out into the parking lot when he threw up. And that was like one DNA strand off from something that would have been airborne. Like, that happened many, many years ago. Revolvers are slow to reload and low on it. Yeah, I mean, you guys are grown men. My life doesn't depend on you. Your family's lives depend on you. So I'm always curious why the revolver. You know, if you're doing waterborne operations, the SEALs use the 686 6-inch stainless for 2 decades. I mean, it's still in the armory, but they don't use that anymore, right? Like, revolver, dependable for end of the world. Yeah, so is a SIG 226 though. So is a lot of shit. So is a Glock 19. Any of the Woodland 8-mag chest rigs in stock. Bought one last week, and now the buddy wants. Yeah, we just made more of them. We have a stack of them. Yeah. I don't have any sitting right here. Yes, I do have them. Yeah, 22 revolvers are absolutely, they're fun. Everything 22 is fun. Farm tool, awesome. Not as good as a fucking Ruger, you know, Mark II, or, you know, that 77 that suppressed pistol. 22s are dirty though, so maybe revolver, right, if you're not going to take care of it. Remember, I was working at a local meat plant back in the day, and I remember my buddy talked to the USDA guy there at the time, was pissed. He was issued an M16 and a Kevlar Vietnam flag armor. Yeah, I mean, you gotta raid those fucking raw milk moms. You gotta fucking flashbang and assault team California for raw milk at the farmer's market. That really happened. They assault teamed a guy that grew cherries. Right? They literally went in with a fucking SWAT team to arrest a dude who had a cherry farm. And then while they were there, they cut all his cherry trees down with chainsaws. All over. And this wasn't even his doing, right? He had a link on his website to another website, and on that website they touted that cherry seeds could cure or help assist the curing of certain kinds of cancer. And that is what the warrant was based on. There's a man right now in federal prison for saying he can cure cancer with apricot seeds. The dude's locked up in federal prison right motherfucking now. Revolvers shine and big. That's yeah, like yeah, big yeah, bears and shit, right? Are Chiappa good quality guys? I'm drawn to them due to how ugly they are. I don't know, man. Like the Chiapas Indian guys. Nobody hates the federal government enough. Yeah, I mean, they assist so much, man. And even if you even if you deal with a federal agent that's like a great guy, why is he there? Why do you even have to deal with a fucking federal agent? Zipper is down. How are you gonna suck my dick if my zipper's not down, Moses? Moses came in and fucked up the whole conversation. Look, the comment stopped right there. He's a fucking plant. Read something about engineered agriculture intentionally cross-pollinated with area crops. They then sue. Yeah, so Monsanto, right? The corn, for instance. You'll get a guy 2 miles up the road when they test his corn, because they pull over and they just steal an ear of corn. And when they test it, they find the DNA patented corn in there, and they come in and they fucking burn his entire crop. That's it. Like, look that up. That shit happened for years and years and years. Moses, I still stick with fuck off. Just picked up a mini kit and butt pack. Thanks for the. You're gonna love it, dude. Do you have one of our butt packs yet? I got a few mini war stories. Shout out my sister, please. What's he trying to get me to say? Alaya Vanell? Or is that really her name? Is that like Mike Hunt? First purchase. Well, thank you for your order, dude. I swear people act like growing your own food is a waste of time, and I can't even formulate an argument to stoop to their level. You don't need to, buddy. Like, those are not friends. You don't need to save them. You don't need to convert them. Just do fucking awesome things, and the right people will show up. And if any of them happen to be those people who are now curious, then you have an example of what to show them, right? All you have to do is feed them. Just feed them, right? Something that you actually produced, some meat that you processed and you actually cooked, some vegetables that you canned, or some fresh vegetables. That's all it takes to convert them. Clever, have a great weekend, man. Just broke down and dropped money on a staccato. I just hope they send out an email when it ships. Box of American-made badassery is on its way. I don't know if they do that. I've seen guys that do use that. I should have held my order off for this sale. But no, you should just place another order. Because on the sales, like, we're going to get 2,000 orders from this thing, right? So a lot of these orders are going to take a long time. And dudes are going to be like, hey, where's my order? Well, we told you, like, we have to build this shit. So when they email several times, or they even at all seem like they're an asshole, we cancel their order. And if we don't cancel their order, the truth is we put you at the back of the fucking line, and then we ignore you. And when your shit's ready to ship, it ships. But, like, we run on paper here. Like, every you know where your order is? It's out with the belt that was cut. Before that, it's in a pile, a stack of fucking. We have stacks of orders, and they're batched out, but we don't know where your order is. So, having ordered, and the guys that order the biggest value, we push their orders first. The guys that order the bare minimum to get the free thing, especially dudes that order like 4 or 5 orders that are the bare minimum to get the free bag, we ship it when it can ship. Like, but the guy every week, every day, anytime we run a promo, The guys that use the code go in one batch. The guys in the other that just paid straight with no code, we pull their orders first. Their shit ships first. Do they make a pro? I don't know, especially the way we run, Ken. The laser's going to help because it's going to streamline things. Not for changing product. I'm talking about just for straight cutting and marking normal 500 denier Cordura. Have you ever done or considered doing a collaborative with a knife maker to offer for sale? Big man, have you ever heard of a company called Strider Knives? I shared a building for years with Strider Knives. I do 1 or 2 collaborations every year with Strider. I do 25 pieces. The prices start at $2,000 when we do them. I retain 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 generally, so I retain 5 of the knives within my family and friends. And then we sell the others. They start at $2,000 and they go up in price. And we typically sell out of those every time I put them up for sale. We sell out of them in under 2 hours. I got ninja class and need nunchuck pouch. I'll build you nunchuck pouch. Are we doing the deer foot ones, or what are we making them out of? Pipe bomb material? I don't know how you manage it. We don't manage it. We legitimately don't manage it. It gets batched up into like products, and when we run them, we run all of them. And then once they come up, we look at the invoice, like this guy's invoice here. Day pack side pouches, right? There's a batch, we made 10 of them. He ordered 2, we ran 8 extra, right there. Now this will go up, he gets a July 4th order, so we're gonna put his, we're gonna go up there, we're gonna look in the piles of the promo bags. July 4th was the AR-15 embroidery. He did not specify a color, so I'm gonna pick whichever the one I have the most of, and we're gonna ship it out. But if he'd have been like, hey, he ordered this on 7/3, right? So that's what, July 3rd? If he'd have been like, hey, how's my order going? The real answer, I don't have a fucking clue how your order's going. Santee Todd, how you doing, man? Men don't whine to Americans who like doing the work they do. I mean, yeah, yesterday I sewed most of the day. Today Brandel was here. We shot a bunch of video. Pierre came into town, so we hung out. Him and Cody shot some. And then when Pierre took off, we shot a couple. We shot the 2 shorts that you saw. Brandel left here at 7 o'clock, 7:30 tonight. Brandel left here at 7:30 to drive home. We left here and went and ate. And while we were there, I was doing social media, and Amanda was pushing out the email and the text and replying to people, mostly dumb people. Hey, I ordered and I forgot the code, or I ordered and I forgot the note, you know, shit like that. The whole time we were there, she's got a laptop on the table, I've got a phone, Cody's with us, and he's got a phone. And then we came back here and got a few things done here, and then started the live. The websites, the text, and the emails are clear. Yeah, it is. It's very clear. Pat, safety strap, what's up? Timmer, how are you, bud? Wish I had that many. You could have that many orders. There's a lot that goes with that, though. Like, do you want that many orders? Just put my 26X together, right on. 26X. What's that? A Glock? Is there a Glock 26X? I have no clue. Amanda currently has 3 3D printers, and there are 2 more in process. When you measure waist for your belts, you don't measure. You don't measure. It clearly says, like, if you look at my website, it legitimately on every single belt page, it says this. It says it in a different font and a different color. If you wear a 32-inch belt, if you wear a 32-inch pair of pants, meaning the tag in your pants says you wear a 32-inch pant, you need to order a 32-inch belt. Hey, how's my order? No name, no order number, no email address, just a phone number, which I cannot look up for you. Yeah, and generally, when they email with that, generally they say, hey, how's my order going? And we take the email from which they sent that and put it in the system. And we're like, we don't know how your order is because you don't have an order with this email address. Oh, I used my other address. Well, then why the fuck are you not ordering? Why aren't, like, listen, if you place an order with a company anywhere for anything and you want assistance from that company in some manner, give them your order number. Reply to your confirmation email. Give them some sort of clue so they can look you up. I do not understand why guys order from one email address and then email you inquiring about it from a completely different, and it's usually Proton Mail assholes. Not that Proton Mail is not good, I think it is, but it's always those motherfuckers. See, is it easy to change a shipping address? I'd like to place an order, but have to piece. Yes, it is. Yeah, whenever you have the new address, and you're able to receive mail there, let us know. Or if you know you're moving and you're like, I'm moving in 2 weeks, let us know then. We'll put the new address in. Man, if you want to see what people really are, not our customers for them. I mean, yeah, some of them are our customers. But if you want to see what real society is, because you have this perception of how people in the world are, because those are people we interact with on a regular basis in a small group, right? The truth is you can only know 20, 30 people in your life, like actually know them, know anything about them and their family and shit. Go to Walmart. Just go to Walmart when people are at work. Go to Walmart during business hours and just go stand at the customer service area for a couple minutes and listen to the fucking people that are there as the customers. Because when society collapses, that's who you're going to be dealing with. Walmart, yeah. I remember back in the day when the only way to get SOE kit was Facebook and PayPal because the card processing companies straight up crashed from order volume. Yeah, we had that happen. Give them as much info as possible. Yeah, help us help you. That's what I tell people. Super easy to look at you. And that's the other thing too, right? You ordered on our website, Kevin Timmer, right? That's exactly what Kevin's saying. You placed the order. You have an account. Look in the account. When you ask me about your order, I'm going to pull up your account, the same account you can pull up, and I'm going to see the exact same information you can see. If you have faith in society, direct traffic for 10 minutes, you wonder how people know how to wipe. Well, big man, they don't know how to wipe their ass. We literally have a how to take a shit class on PowerPoint because people come in, and I think a lot of it's from like not being raised by men, right? They don't know how to shit. They have no, and the women are the worst. You go in our women's bathroom, it is just baffling. People will come out and they'll come up and whisper. They're like, the toilet's clogged. There's shit all over the back of the toilet. Well, I wasn't in the fucking bathroom. Why don't you go tell the fucking filthy bitch that fucking did it? You know who's doing it. You have some idea. And if you don't know who did it, loudly say, hey, you shit all over the fucking toilet. Whoever did it, go clean the fucking toilet. Everybody in that room will look right at the person who did it because they know who's doing it. That is society. If you were in jail and you did that shit, you get your ass fucking beat. If you're in the military and you did that shit, you get your fucking ass beat. It's only normal society where you don't get your ass beat. Shipping people are the worst. My order is 1 day late. Meanwhile, there is a shipping page with status updates. We have all of that shit. When the order is shipped, our system sends an email. In that email is a link that goes right to the USPA website, and you can track that shit. Once we give it to the post office, we have no fucking, and it's always during the storms. Hey, I didn't get my order. Yeah, nobody got their order. The entirety of this fucking state is under a fucking winter fucking warning advisory. Nobody got anything. I did not use the women's bathroom in the shop. I have a personal private bath. That's what I tell them. I go, you guys keep fucking up you guys fuck up the plumbing and fuck up the toilet. I don't use that bathroom. That's you guys. But I'll get you some outhouses out here. We'll fucking lock that bathroom. There'll be I can have an outhouse right out here. Every week they'll come and pump that thing out. Yeah, the shop app's nice. A few orders ago, my shit went from Camden to Boston to... I've never heard the Guam one. That's pretty wild. I just gotta say, don't mind the tornadoes in your town. Yeah, we've had that happen too. It's nonsense that people will do to a bathroom they don't have to clean. It is wild, and I suspect that their house is that way too. Yeah, the composting outhouse, but yeah, I mean, I can, those blue outhouses we rent, Amanda, I can buy one of those for about 300 bucks. I can buy it for 300 bucks, and then I can just have a truck come in on a service and pump it. What's the Velcro lining on the belt? Okay, here's the real answer. If you have to ask what the Velcro is for, you don't need the Velcro. Now I'm going to actually tell you what it's for. Kind of holster are you running, right? Do you run Kydex? Do you run a proper, legitimate holster? This Velcro here on the inside of the belt is for our nylon pouches with belt attachment. The one piece Velcro's in this way, and the other piece Velcro's around. It can't come off because it's wedged between you and your body. The Velcro here and the Velcro on the inside of those mag pouch attachments is simply to keep it from sliding. It's just to lock things in place. But the fact that you're asking what the Velcro's for means you don't have any of those pouches, because if you had any of those pouches, you would know what it's for. And that, I'm not being an asshole to you. That's the actual answer, though. If you're wearing a proper holster, you don't need the Velcro. USPS will tour the world. Buy some pouches. I don't need it with Velcro. Yeah, most people don't. Most people don't need it. Most people buy a lot of shit they don't need. Ken, they actually do clean the bathroom. They do have a cleaning schedule. It's the same people too. It's not like we hired new people. Consumerism, they just upgrade things that with the idea that in the future they might need it, or they have some grandiose idea that, you know, they'll need it in the near future or something, depending what it is. I'm running gas out here right now. The heater is on out here.
Somebody on eBay has over 30 old SOE small pouches. Looks like multi-tool and flashlight pouches. A lot of times when you see that, that could be a dealer selling that shit off or something. A lot of times when you see a guy dumping a bunch of SOE product, it's because I've hurt his feelings in some manner. Ask them why they're selling it. I'm not telling you that, but it's usually because they got, like, I've hurt their feelings over something. Are your Velcro holsters large enough to go around a holster or just bare gun? No, they do put them around holsters. If you have one like with a, what's that clip thing called? Utila clip? It'll lock in there. Or even with like a soft loop, they'll lock in there. We see guys put them, we use that to put proper Kydex holsters inside of bags and stuff. Listing your old belts for sale this weekend. If you have lost a considerable amount of weight, keep that biggest belt. Make sure you see it every morning when you get up to remind you that you don't want to wear that big ass belt again. And we have Velcro adjustable holsters. We made a bunch of them this week. This is what's remaining of them. I've got black toxic, black red, solid black, coyote, and gray. They're running OD ones out there probably right now. Battle Chemist, what's up? They bought them in a lot or something. Maybe they don't know what they are, selling 3 for 35 bucks with malice clips. Yeah, we used to see that when a wife would sell off her husband's shit, or somebody would buy like from an auction. A lot, and a lot of people died. Like a lot of people during COVID, they just they no longer exist. So when those estates get broke down, a lot of that shit, you know, whoever ends up with it doesn't know what it is. You guys seen this? This pouch is 2 1/4 inches wide. It's about 2 1/2 inches wide. Have a pair of size 54 jeans that I'm keep right on. That's not a good represent. There we go. So this will Velcro in place, and then it will positively remain in there. We've actually, this is just the one sitting here. I've actually got others that they actually lock in. You don't need the lid, but depending on what you're doing, some requirements have to have a lid. Or even 3 methods of retention. Battery spill out? I don't know what you mean. Stoked for the mini kit bag promotion. Missed it the last. It's good. It's fucking an incredible promotion. Anybody have the cigarette pouch? You know this will hold 2 Glock mags? You know that, right? It'll hold 2 Glock mags. 2 of the small Glock mags. Because if you have this, you know how streamlined this is and how compact it is. This pouch is that pouch, just taller. What would you carry that requires 3? Any airborne operations. You have to have 3 methods of retention on there. Need to get me a cigarette pouch. I'm one of the only people left in the world who still smokes. Well, they'll hold they'll hold a lot of other shit. They'll hold a pack of cigarettes, 100s. The 100s are the taller ones, right? It'll hold 100s and the other ones. They'll hold they'll hold Zen. They'll hold like nicotine patches. They'll hold tobacco, chewing tobacco. Have you ever heard of anyone using the super kit bag for hockey? Yes. You can't put the sticks in there, obviously. You can put dive gear in there. You can put your full turnout kit. All your turnouts for firefighting will fit in there. It's a good sized bag, man. You can stand in there and take your gear off. A deck of cards, absolutely. It'll hold a deck of cards. Are the Mystery 9 bags in Typhon close to shipping? Yep, they're getting there. Saw a thing one time about door gunner dudes with ARs. They had 550 tethers on each mag. Interesting. Interesting. They had 550 tethers. Interesting. I know guys would take and put the loops on there, you know, on the bottom plates to pull the mags out. But you could make them bigger so you could snap them on snap links and shit. And then on aerial platform like that, with ARs or that type of gun, the Beta C mag, it would give you 100 rounds. But if you're shooting prone out of the helicopter, the Beta C mag is only the height of a 20-round mag. Funny promos like the Harry Potter. We do Harry Potter every year. Yeah, that's actually one of our biggest promos every year is the Harry Potter bag. Here's some Army Man bags that we just built to ship some orders out. There's some Harry Potter shit over there. Shenanigans right there. There was fucking 4 piles of these this week. Those are gone. Jaws bags. These are also Jaws bags right here. Just got a 6x12 and mesh pockets for your Mystery 9. Kevin, did you just order those or you received them? Have you guys seen these? These were some, I'm going to put these up for sale. These were VIP bags for the last party, I think. And it's the size of a Cali bag. It's got a front pocket. It has side pockets, and these side pockets will hold Nalgene bottles or wine bottles. And then the inside of the bags are lined and have Velcro in them, and then they have a zipper that zips all the way across. Let me show you. So it looks like this. You can choke up on it if it's heavy, or you have the normal longer handles, so you can put it on your shoulder. And then it has the flat pocket on the front, all the way down. And then it has the pockets on the side, all the way down also. I've got maybe half a dozen of these in Typhon Toxic, and I have several of them in splatter print. What's the name of the bag? It doesn't have a name. It's one of the VIP bags we did for the VIP guys for the party. And it came with a bunch of stuff in it. There was a bunch of product and stuff in there. We built out the ones we needed, and we had built extras in case anybody showed up with an extra person with them or something. But I'll put them up on. I've got a ton of shit. I'm just clearing out and making room here. We had piles and piles of gear, so I'm putting them up on SOE Quick Ship. Just like all kinds of like one-off stuff like this thing. Rifle bags. And a lot of it's like pre-builds. It's not prototypes. It's just I'll build 4 or 5 of them to get the build sequence and shit. And then when I give it to production, they'll make a final changes. So these bags, you would never know they weren't final, but they're not final bags. I just can't have them floating around out in the shop because somebody will grab it and try to build it identical to that, and the pieces, they don't work correctly, right? So they'll make modifications and we'll end up with something that should not be. So I just try to get a lot of that shit out of the building. Fire resistant, nope, not at all. All of this is nylon, all of it can burn. I've never had any of it burn, but if you held the flame to it long enough, it would catch on fire. Yeah, those are VIP grocery bags. VIP Cali grocery bags. Yeah, melt to you, sure. Yep. Nomax flight suits, though, those will catch on fire. You hold a lighter to them. Do you have anything with Blackbeard flag? Not currently. We have done the Blackbeard flags in the past. I do not currently have anything with a Blackbeard on it. We might do some patches. It's a SOE patch with the Blackbeard and the, you know, the spear and the heart. We might do some patches like that. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off of here. I have a very early day, long day tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. We made a bunch of posts this week, so if you see them, if you share them, that really helps us. Comment on them. Let us know that you're seeing them and the algorithms are actually working everywhere. We got some videos that went up on YouTube. I post to Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube almost every day. And we'll see you guys. Me and the wife use the grocery bags all the time. Our kids will use them. So we originally made them, Caleb. The grocery bags originally, the very first, were made so that for our kids' trick-or-treat bags. That is when I made the first grocery bag I ever did, was for our children to go trick-or-treating. Say hi to all the snakes. Imagine if you did a body bag in patterns with toxic threads. CDC and FEMA would come up with a new pandemic just to buy them. Maybe. I would shut down and we'll just run body bags. Night, guys.